All right, what's up, everybody? This is Jackson Davis-Squally here with VYPE. We're here with Concordia Lutheran Band Director Jonathan Held. Mr. Held and the Concordia Lutheran Band just won their 5th state title. First off, Mr. Held, congrats on the state title. Just talk about being able to build on this band program. As you know, back when I was in school, we were a little smaller, and every year we kind of got bigger and bigger. And we got to the point to where we were competing at a high level, and we were able to bring home some hardware out at state.
Yeah, thanks, Jackson. It's really been special to see the growth in the program and seeing the students just build, because kind of success grows upon itself. And so once students kind of start performing at a high level, then the younger students get to learn what it's like. They get to see how the older students carry themselves, and they want to emulate that someday. And then it just passes on generation to generation through the groups. It's been a lot of fun.
So, talking about this year's group, what kind of made them special? What was kind of special about this group and how y'all were able to perform at state?
Yeah, this year's group, I think they really were self-learners in some ways. We had a couple things happen that were outside of our control in just people's lives. And so we didn't have quite as much rehearsal time together as we normally do. And it was really cool when I returned to be able to see the students having bonded together, having worked really hard to still achieve our goals. And then when we put it all together, it was a lot of fun. So we got to that state contest. The students performed really well. We always try to go for our PR every state performance. We're trying to play our best time on that piece or that section of music that we do in the biggest moment. And the students did that this time.
So, talking about just the band program in general, I feel like every group is different. Every group is different from even the year before. You get different kids depending on what the group is. I remember when I was in school, my first 2 years, I felt like we were kind of a quiet, shy group. And then my junior and senior year, a little bit more talkative, a little bit, all of us talking a lot, hanging out a lot. So just talk about some fun memories or what this group was like, maybe not just as a band, but outside of just playing their instruments.
Yeah, that's my main reason on why I love teaching. Number one is sharing the gospel with kids, but number two is that the only thing constant in teaching and teaching band is change. And so every year it's a brand new group, it's a brand new vibe. You're trying to figure out how personalities mesh and all of those things. We have people from all corners of the school that get together and play instruments, and they don't normally hang out with the same friend groups, and we get all together, and to put all of those personalities and likes and interests and ages together in a band and finding out what makes them click and what makes them work well together is a lot of fun. Instrument wise, sometimes you have years where you have really strong trumpets, some years you have weak trumpets, some years you have really strong woodwinds. And so finding the right music that fits the personality of the group and the strengths of the group is really important. Memories back then, I could probably say some that would probably get people into trouble, so I won't do that. But it's just mainly just the joy that we have working together and making music together. I'll never forget it. Every group is really special. There was your senior year, there was just this group of seniors that really cared deeply and that really had a lot of fun together. And so that was always a good year of seniors together.
All right, last two questions I got for you. First off, just who are a couple performers this year that maybe just kind of stood out, whether it was doing solos, doing duets, group performances, or even just overall in the concert setting?
Yeah. Number one is senior Matthew Swan. He's a flute piccolo player. He's actually going on to Concordia University Irvine to play flute for them next year, which is in California. He last year was an all-stater, both in flute and piccolo. He was the first chair piccolo. It's really difficult to play piccolo in tune and play musical, and he knocks it out of the park. He really has done a great job for us and grown into that role. So he is number one, probably on the list. Another student that I will mention, Jaden Thibodeau, is a violin player, and she's Matthew had been with us for 4 years. Jaden transferred in with us as a junior, and violin is not an instrument that most bands have. It's an orchestra instrument, but we don't have a string orchestra. So I want the best players to be in the band with us and get a part of it. So she has to be able to figure out how she takes her violin and fits it in with the clarinet section. She has to be able to balance, figure out articulations that we do on those instruments a little differently on the strings. She just brings a joy every day that kind of spreads to the other students, and they really build off of her. She's one of those people that helps build community big time in our group.
All right. Well, last question we got for you. Just talking about this being number 5 now for you as a band director winning a state title. Talk about what are you looking forward to now that you've we've kind of built almost like a legacy or a standard somewhat over the past 8 to 10 years. What is the goal going forward with new groups?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, the state championships is kind of out of our control. We can't control what schools we're competing against or what the other schools are doing that year. All we can try to be is be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And we try to do that day to day. And so that's the standard. The success with TAPS and the success with all of this is wonderful and it's great to have. But it's all about the day-to-day process. And so as long as that's the continued goal, we will always try to build that group up stronger. I want my students to become better readers of music. So you can put anything in front of them, they'll be able to read it really well. So we pride ourselves on that sight reading portion of contests and doing well. We've done very well with that the last few years and getting ones in sight reading. And we want to continue to kind of up our standards there and read more difficult music. We also are continuing to just work on building up more individual players that helps make the whole group better. I would love to see us get more students through to the all-state level in those auditions in the fall. And so that's one of the goals that we've kind of set for ourselves as well.
All right. Well, this has been VYPE here with band director Jonathan Held of Concordia Lutheran. Mr. Held, congrats on winning your 5th state title, and we'll see you out at the concerts.
Appreciate it. Thanks for including band in the VYPE magazine. Love it.